Hello everyone and welcome to the weekend video. I've made a new thing. I've made a new outfit that is in line with the last one. I don't remember what I actually promised you I would do on the weekend because I kind of got swept up in the whole idea of making more of these specific sets. In this case, this will entail, I think, at least one, probably two more, which will be working together, as in they are supposed to look like aligned with each other. They're all let's talk a bit about the whole project and idea. The idea is that there is a set of clerical-like vestments, religiously looking clothing, and the idea is that I have different sets. I want to have 4 of those that all have a unique style, but they look like they belong to the same group, or they look like to belong together. Like they are coherent in their elements. No, not in the elements. They're coherent in their overall style, like coloring and materials, for example, or at least similar. But each features a unique style, which is basically what I'm kind of going for. And in this specific case, I made the first one, which was inspired by a drawing I saw online from a guy called Sang Dilan. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name right. He has a ArtStation account where you can actually look for the picture. It's a really cool picture with witch, and I really liked it, so I got inspired by this to make something very similar. And I have a few friends who also do 3D stuff. One of them is doing a kind of battle nun themed thing, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I want to do something like reference that as well, without directly referencing it, obviously. So I was like, okay, what can I do to make a similar thing? Basically, make a similar piece. So I thought, hey, I can do like a set of multiple sets of clothing that are in the same line, in a similar style, and I started with these. The first one you already saw, and the second one is this one, which I call Cleric of Chains, because it has the, for me, typical element of chains. I wanted to work with this in this one, so I had the idea of what if there is a central chain, which is on the center torso, as you can see, and the fabric, the other stuff of the clothing, is more or less dependent on this chain to be there. Basically, the idea was that it is knotted to the chain, which is what I went for with this specific design. And yeah, first things, I made the collar on the neck. I made the chest. As you can see, this time I'm using very big, very heavy chain links. They are big as usual, and they are square, which is intentional. This time I wanted to have this feeling of like heavy industrial chains, and the round chains that that are where I only need one link with one direction, because it links into itself. Basically, I wanted specifically to have multiple different chains, or chain links that are interlocked. Basically, a really sturdy thing to have. And yeah, next thing I wanted to do, I made the after I made the central chain for most of the part, I made the chest wrap, which is just as usual, the fabric, and you can see I had a bit of a problem with the symmetry. I basically started working on this, and then I saw I forgot to turn on symmetries, which meant I had to delete half of this, copy paste the other half, weld the pieces together, weld the points together. Was a bit more work than I wanted. Then I accidentally picked up the back, which meant I had to somehow fix the whole back situation again, which meant more deleting, copy pasting, and make sure that everything is aligned again. Yeah, for the knots, I basically I thought about thickening the whole fabric. Then I thought, no, I actually don't want to do that. So I decided I am going to just thicken or extrude rather the knot, and make and give an edge to the rest. So basically there is still the usual edge line to the whole sides in case I want to play around with the fabric or something. Yeah, I did this over multiple days, so there is a few jumps here and there, basically. But yeah, next I chose the final length for the central chain, and I worked on an opening. I wanted the chain to actually have a part where you can open it up, where you basically have the two chains interlock. Otherwise, this is like a non-removable clothing, which I made before. But in this case, I wanted a way to have it to make it removable. You could always argue, hey, maybe the removable part is in the back, but I just wanted this to be like visible and workable. Next, I worked on the hip part, which is again, I'm working with the cylinder here and put it around the body. This time I made sure I had the whole symmetry down. And then I decided I want the loincloth part in the center, the central piece, relatively close to the body, so if I angle the person you can't see under it. Basically, this was the idea why I did this. And also this gave me an excuse to add more chains. So the whole thing has an additional chain that goes around the waist, basically, and that I also connected to the main chain. So there's just a bit more visual, because otherwise the character is relatively strongly naked. And I'm still thinking about adding some kind of undersuit to it, similar to the first piece. This is something that I will most likely actually do, because it feels like this could be a common theme between these sets, though they will also differ. If she has one, it is probably very cut out in the middle, basically just goes the arms, the sides, the legs, but the center of the torso would be cut out. This is something that I'm still pondering, but I'm looking into another week of morning shift, which means I don't have that much time today. Otherwise I would probably have done the video way later in the evening and played around more. Also, I had to use shoes and gloves that I made before for other stuff, so there is a high chance I will take a day in the near future and give this set specific leg wear, specific gloves that I want to fit the set with, because this is also what I did for the other one. The other one is basically one piece for the whole body. This would be a multi-piece set, which I prefer, but yeah, it is what it is for now, at least for today at least. And I still have something that I'm finished. I don't have the veil in the video, because I did this basically after that, and you can see the common theme of the veils is like the character cannot really see. In this case, I was also inspired by a Elden Ring character, I think, or a Dark Souls character, something like that. I don't know the character themselves, but I know the idea, or I know the visual behind it, and I really like this kind of visual flourish. So this is a topic I will have for all of these characters. Yeah, finally I basically added the last chain, and I'm not having the VMap mapping in the video. Basically just stopped recording before that because, as I said, was jumping in and out of the whole thing. Yeah, aligning the last chain links and copy pasting the chain, and that is the whole set. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you look forward to the next one as much as I do. That's the final render. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.